Hello and welcome to No Time to Quest. My name is Jay. In this video, we're going to be talking about the fact that Guild Wars 2 is heading to Steam and the new expansion will be coming out next year, basically. And yeah, it's heading to Steam pretty much in November. With the expansion, I think it seems to be touted as being approximately early next year. So I don't know if there's an exact release date for that. I don't know if they've necessarily given one, but this is the article that they put up following a live stream that they did yesterday. And yeah, so there's a new trailer which I will play for a moment, but importantly, Guild Wars 2 is coming to Steam. Now, what does that mean? There's a couple of things with the actual transition. If you already have a Guild Wars 2 account, you cannot you cannot play the Steam version unless you add it to Steam via a non-Steam game. Basically, the account won't work on both. It's one or the other. And if you already have a Guild Wars 2 account, then it won't work in Steam. And it was the Steam one. But I don't actually know if the Steam one would work on the other account, but let's just presume that's not the case. And now people are a little bit disappointed with that. However, people are also excited in the sense that a game coming to Steam, especially like a free-to-play game, sounds like it will probably add quite a lot of new eyes on the game. Now, I played Guild Wars 2 when it first came out. I can't remember how many years ago that was, and I enjoyed it. But the game sort of seems to have not deteriorated, but it's just come out of favor with a lot of players. So, to be fair, I always enjoyed my time. So, it'll get a boost from that coming to Steam in November. Yeah, that's pretty much all to say on that. And then there is this trailer of the new edition. But before we quickly look at that, I just wanted to look at Star Wars The Old Republic, what recently went onto Steam, and I wanted to see if there was any kind of boost in players. Now that's very difficult to find out. I'm sure there's news articles saying yeah and whatever, but I was sort of curious if public interest had gone up into it. And it does seem to have had a relatively recently a boost, and I would presume that's because of the Steam release. So I suspect the same thing will happen to Guild Wars 2. And then, of course, there is this new expansion. They're getting a look at what lies ahead in 2021. So I'm guessing it's going to be early 2021. But, that's actually hard to say. Now, a couple of things here is obviously the game coming to Steam is going to get new players on it and new eyes on it. And people are going to be interested in it in that sense. But there's been some sort of very minor speculation that this will be the last expansion. Now, I have not been following the lore. I've not been following the game really at all, so do bear with me there. But there's some theory that maybe the developers they've taken staff off Guild Wars 2 temporarily at least. I don't know if they've actually made them redundant or they're just reducing the staff, but it seems like the content sort of semi-slowed down, which could be an indication of either the game didn't do as well as they had hoped, or it could be an indication of maybe a new project. Guild Wars 2 came out about 7 years, something like that, after Guild Wars 1, and it's been quite a while after. It's been longer than that since Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2. So yeah, I think could we see a Guild Wars 3 after that expansion? Possibly, but I would not be surprised if we are talking about Guild Wars 3. And I would not be surprised if that's another 3-4 years away. Or will they just keep making expansions for them? I think that's the third expansion. And maybe they'll just continue it that way. I honestly don't know, but November would be a fantastic time to jump in. The game is free to play, but you have to sort of buy the expansions. But if you're a free to play user, you might never get to that point unless you enjoy the game. And if you enjoy the game, then you might just want to buy in and stuff like that. So, and by all means, it has a reasonable cash shop, but nothing super pay to win or anything like that in there. So, I think November would be a great time for that. It's a little bit unfortunate in the sense that I think they're going to run into the World of Warcraft Shadowlands, so I think that'll be the more hyped MMO for people at that point. But there'll be new players. It's a little bit of a shame that the transition, you can't, if you're already an existing player, you'd have to basically make a new account to play on the other version. You can't play them on both. I'm not 100% sure why that's the case, because you'd think that Steam would just pop open a launcher and then the launcher would be an account. It's not going to be that radically different. It's just a case of, it's basically a marketing thing to have it on Steam, a free-to-play game, so you can track the statistics and stuff like that. Now, Steam, Valve will take some of the cut of the store that they have, so they obviously must feel that the amount of new players will offset the cost of not getting those sales. If that makes, well, they'll get the sales, but you know what I mean, the percentage loss that they would make in those sales. So that's it. Guild Wars 2. Is it a game I'm going to rejoin and revisit? Probably not. I know the Lazy Peon just did a video talking about it. He said he's going to enjoy it for a couple of months. And by all means, I like the concept of Guild Wars 2. I enjoyed it when I played it, but I don't know. I'm just not inclined right now to go back into it. Maybe when November comes around, we'll have a look then. Other than that, quick video. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe if that takes your fancy to have some like MMO news. Goodbye.